Good morning, everybody. Rick Steele here with another betting tips video for you here on the YouTube channel. And we are going to discuss in one brief moment, in my opinion, the number one advantage we have as sports bettors over the sports books. So we'll delve into that and let's talk about how we can take advantage of this unique situation, and how others fall prey to not being able to succeed based on the advantage mainly that we have. If you'd like also to never miss a video here on the YouTube channel PSH Sports Picks, I do provide picks and break down for you how I've isolated those games for value. But more importantly, in the library of the betting tips videos, I highly encourage you to go back and check those out. They're not as time sensitive, and those are going to give you the nuts and bolts, the tools and techniques to become a long-term, profitable sports bettor. All that I ever ask for in return. If you could support the YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button, I would thank you in advance for that support. My only goal is helping you to become a long-term profitable sports bettor, and in the short term, obviously put you on a few more winners, help you to avoid some losers at the same time. While you're subscribing to the channel, click on the notifications button, and that will alert you each and every time I update the YouTube channel with a new video. In addition, I'd highly encourage you to follow me across social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. My handle is @RickSteele99. Going to give you all the latest sports betting news in a timely fashion. If you'd like to bet what I bet on a daily basis all year long, well, two ways to do so, and it's always free. No BS, no signups, and total transparency. My records are updated, broken down by sport on a daily basis. You can go to the homepage of my website, pshltd.com, and click on the Today's Picks button. You can also follow me at the Betstamp app for those exact same picks. The Betstamp app, my username to follow me there is Rick S. You turn on the notifications, and each and every time I make a bet, it's posted to the Betstamp app. It goes directly to your phone, so it keeps you convenient, allowing you to never miss a bet, and also timely, because when it goes to your phone, it tells you exactly what I bet and at what line I bet it at. So many ways to follow me as far as the bets are concerned. And again, if you could support my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button, it will allow me to continue providing the free picks, which will always be free, and giving you the content necessary as well from an educational standpoint. Okay, let's delve into the topic at hand. Our advantage over the sports books is cherry picking. That's the magic of being a profitable sports bettor. So what do I mean by cherry picking? Well, it's the opposite of being an action junkie. Cherry picking means that we go ahead and only bet the games that we deem to have value. What's value? It's very misunderstood in the marketplace, like many other concepts within sports betting. But value simply means that the line you handicap and set on the game versus what's available at the many different sports books out there. If you have a difference in your favor, then obviously you bet it. If you don't have a difference, for example, a line is -5 at the sports book and you've set your line at -5, guess what? It's a coin flip and you're laying juice, usually in the neighborhood of -110, especially on point spread bets. So why the heck would you bet that game? You only bet it because you want action or entertainment factors? Well, long term, you're never going to win in this business if you do so. Sports books have all the money and the resources available to them, but the one disadvantage they have, they literally post lines on every game. And think of a college basketball Saturday where they're posting lines amongst the other sports in excess of 200-300. You think there's not going to be the odd game that has some value based on all the lines and odds that they do have to post? Of course. And your job is to find those weaknesses in the lines on those particular games where you have deemed value. And value could also come because the marketplace has moved the line based on the opening numbers of the sports book to a point where now you consider it to have value. Again, you cherry pick. You only bet the games that you find weaknesses in the line. Number one advantage of the sports bettor, never give up that power, and we'll go even a little more in depth on this concept in a brief moment. But realize the shocking news that most casual bettors are never going to turn a profit in sports betting, and it's not a terrible thing. Every better one out there, well, there'd be no sports books, it'd be really easy, and we wouldn't earn the money that we do earn at this point in time, because if anyone says this is easy, well, run the other way, because it's not. But it can be made easier when you simply cherry pick the games that you feel that you have an advantage in. We know that the sports books simply operate as a broker, right? Generally speaking, in a very simplistic mode, they take money on both sides of a game. The losing side of that game, they keep the money, they pay out the winners who were on the opposite side of that game, and obviously there's juice involved, so they keep that, and rarely is their lines or games balanced with money on equal on both sides of the game. So the difference there, again, profits. We're never going to have tag days for sports books, that's for sure. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being a recreational bettor. I'm not here to criticize those people. The vast majority of people are recreational bettors. However, if someone wants to spend $50 betting a game, watching it on TV for entertainment purposes, nothing wrong with that at all. Betting on your favorite team as well. No different than going out to a movie, dinner, etc. However, don't confuse or be the person that is trying to generate a part-time or a full-time income from this business from those other types of recreational bettors. Their demands, their expectations, their level of bankrolls are totally different. Now, the difference between a sharp bettor and a recreational bettor, a lot of it boils down to expectations. Sharps expect to win, recreational players do not. A skilled bettor who over the long term produces a 46% win percentage over large sample sizes has a major edge over the marketplace. Now, I know that doesn't sound sexy, but it's realistic. And at this level of 54-46, which is much more difficult than most people believe, you're making substantial return on investment. Sharp bettors are not focused on big scores, but realistically grinding it out and letting their edge take over day in, day out on a yearly basis over large sample sizes. So now we come back to our original topic at hand. What does that all mean? It means don't be an action junkie. It means don't give up your power. It means being a cherry picker. Pick off those games that you deem to have value. Even with that, you're going to run at best 54-46 over large sample sizes. So imagine if you are an action junkie. Imagine if you are betting games that end up having no value and are simply coin flips. That percentage goes down drastically. You get grinded out of this business based on the juice that is involved. So again, number one advantage that we have is the cherry picking. Yes, in a perfect world, we have lots of volume where we have isolated value on any given day. And high volume with value means even larger profits. But again, make sure, based on your handicapping, that you do have value before pulling the trigger. Betting when not having value is obviously coin flipping, and the juice has a major impact as far as your bankroll is concerned. The poker analogy is playing too many hands. So if anyone plays poker at any particular level, you often see people limping into a pot. You see people playing 60-70% pre-flops. That's unrealistic. They're never going to win long term. And the poker term applies again to sports betting. You selectively, aggressively play when you have advantages, just like in poker with starting hands. So to conclude this video, let's discuss what you need to do in order to grow your bankroll and why your bankroll may not be growing at the rate that you wish at this moment in time. Again, to emphasize the action junkie. And here's a solution for you. If you must have entertainment value on a particular game, what we refer to, throw some pizza money at it. A very, very, very small percentage of your unit if you absolutely have to have a little bit of money on a particular game, so it has no impact on your overall bankroll, and that should satisfy your action junkie type of need. Poor handicapping, obviously, is an obvious statement on why our bankroll doesn't grow as quickly as you need it to. So follow people that you respect if that is the case, and continue to learn and develop to become a more successful handicapper. Bankroll management, right? There's a separate video, obviously, in the betting tips library. You need to be able to manage your bankroll and bet effectively, including line shopping. Obviously, we've heard it before as well. Chase losses, go on tilt, to get another poker term in here. You need to avoid that. Losing is part of this. Variance is part of it. And you cannot chase losses. Stay in control mentally. But the flip side of that as well, because it applies, is a lot of people become reckless when they're winning. They simply cannot lose. They feel that they've reinvented the wheel. They press too hard and give back all the hard-earned profits that they've earned over the past weeks and months. So some of the areas to focus on to make sure that you're not stunting your bankroll as far as these particular areas are concerned. To summarize again, don't be an action junkie. Only bet when you have value, and never give out the power that we have as sports bettors of simply cherry picking the games that we find an advantage on. We'll be back with you shortly with more betting tips videos. In the interim, follow me and my picks at pshltd.com or at the betstamp app, Rick S. Don't forget to subscribe before leaving this video and turn on the notifications. And may all the winners continue to be yours.